Welcome back to Donington Park. Back on the podium for McCam's Racing Yamaha, it's Danny Kent. Danny, we've been talking to everybody about what a great race we've just witnessed here at Donington Park. Glenn just said to you as you came in, it felt like a Moto3 race, which obviously you were world champion of before. Talk us through it, because is that one of the best races you've ever been involved in? And having watched it back now, talk us through those last laps.
Yeah, it was a mega race. The first, like Glenn said, the first sort of 10 laps, the pace was so slow. And then, to be fair, I think it actually caused a bit of problem for me personally. I think it made my rear tyre pressure drop a little bit, which then caused me problems later on in the race for drive grip. But no, I was just over the moon to be part of that battle. You know, I could see there was a bit of rivalry. Well, the rivalry between Tommy and Glenn was coming out the last couple of laps, and to be fair, it helped me a little bit in the last sector. But no, the team have worked mega. I felt great on the bike all weekend. It's just a shame that I wasn't able to get some more podiums this weekend, because I felt like me and the team deserved them. It was just my race strategy at the beginning of the first two races didn't go quite to plan. But overall, I'm happy now to come away second in the championship. Managed to take a few points out of Glenn in that final race. So everything's going in the right direction, and I'm real pleased.
And it shows the consistency as well. We know the Yamaha is obviously a strong bike. We've seen it in previous years in the championship. But obviously for you moving to that team, now we've got this break before Knock Hill. Are you happy with how you are at this point? And what do you feel like you can build on for the next part of the season?
I think all these good results, like you said, for me personally, in my BSB career, this is the strongest start to a year I've ever had. So, it's just building on my confidence. And I think that's just something that I need to improve on anyway. So, I think me and the team are really happy. We're in a really good spot. We know there's a few areas that we need to work on, but no, overall we're pleased.
Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you very much.
And it was a hard-fought second place for Tommy Bridewell and Honda Racing UK. Tommy, that's arguably one of the best races we've seen in a really long time in the championship. It was a four-way dogfight between you all, and there was no inch spared on that. Talk us through it, especially the last two laps, please.
Oh, bloody hell, Laura, we'd be here a long time to try and talk through that race. I got the whole shot and I felt really good sat out front, but immediately I knew I had to try and conserve my tyre. 20 laps round here in this temperature is hard work, so I was quite cautious going down through Craney Curves, because them sort of corners is what destroys the tyre. So when we got to about 7 laps to go, I was sat behind Jason. Jason passed me earlier in the race, and I thought, right, if you attack Glenn, then obviously I'm just going to follow you through kind of scenario. And then, to be honest, he sat behind Glenn, and I thought, and then I saw Glenn maybe try and put a bit of a hammer down, but then he didn't have the pace, obviously, to go away. So I managed to get the run on Jace coming onto the back straight and do him down into Foggies. And then I set about attacking Glenn. But honestly, the Ducati's so fast in a straight line, and it made it difficult to outbrake. So I was getting the run down through Craner, trying to use the advantages of the Honda. And I kept passing him into the old hairpin, and I kind of knew it would bring the pack, together. And then all of a sudden, this green Kawasaki appeared, and I thought, oh, bloody hell. And then obviously Jace got to the front, and then in truth, he timed it perfect. I can't fault him for it. He timed it perfect because me and Glenn just kind of knocked 10 bows out of each other. Jace kept his nose clean and got enough of a gap that on the last lap, when I was obviously in front of Glenn, I just couldn't get past him. So I knew he was going to attack me. And then when he did, down in the Foggies, he obviously ran really wide. And then I done him then down in the Melbourne. But I was never going to stop for the corner. But I could see he was stuck on my outside. And then next minute, when I turned into the corner, I just saw this blue Yamaha. And to be fair to Danny, completely hats off to him, because he respected that. He could have lunged at me. Yes, he would have probably took me out, but he could have probably played dumb and might have got away with it. But well, that's what goes through my head anyway. And then I managed to keep him, almost keeping the second. But then I knew I had to defend in the last corner, but I had to defend so defensive that obviously I was quite slow in. And then I saw Danny then on the outside, and obviously all the time this is going on, Jason's out front. I'm in about the middle of the track. Danny's on the outside of me, and I knew Glenn was tight on the inside. So really good, hard-fought race. Honestly, we have to pick our battles at the minute, and that was a battle I felt we could have potentially won. But again, points on the board is crucial for me. A really, really strong, positive weekend, and just hats off to Honda. Honestly, hats off to Honda. They've done a phenomenal job as always, and I'm really proud to be flying the flag for them so good, this early in the season.
And touching on that, we obviously have a bit of a break now before Knock Hill. After 3 rounds, to be sitting fourth in the championship and only 22 points off the lead, that must feel good and must kind of exceed the expectations you'd have had this early in the season?
Absolutely, absolutely. Fourth in the championship for us, honestly, we are over exceeding at the minute, overperforming in some degree, because I feel like I'm riding the best I ever have. I feel like I'm extracting every single ounce out of the Honda for every lap. And we're getting the results because of it. And I keep saying, and I sound like a stuck record, but I believe that we'll slowly just keep getting stronger. And it maybe just give me a little bit in hand that when I need to go a bit more to perhaps break, the field and put some strong laps in, if I've just got a little bit in hand, I'll be able to do that. But at the minute, I haven't. So I'm making good of what we've got. The break will be good for us. Obviously, the team are out here in the Isle of Man, but we've had obviously the HRC guys here overlooking. I've got some things coming up in the future, well, in the soon week to come, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, we're working closely with HRC and Honda UK are doing a great job, and just a really, really good, strong weekend.
Congratulations, Tommy.
Cheers, thank you.
And taking the first race win with Kawasaki since switching to Team Green for Completely Motorbikes Kawasaki, it's Jason O'Halloran. Jason, that was an incredible race to win. And it's been fair to say you've had the pace all weekend. That one, you managed to get up there. You were denied it a bit earlier on with a technical problem. How good does that feel? And how good does it feel to be winning this early in the season on the change to Kawasaki?
Yeah, amazing. Massive thanks to everyone at Completely Motorbikes Kawasaki, everyone at AJ and Steelstock for supporting it as well. The whole team's been working really hard since I joined. We've all been working hard just to make the adaptation to the Kawasaki and to get comfortable on it. Nothing's been a problem. Everything I've asked for, I've got. And if we haven't been able to have it, we've figured out a way to get it soon after. So I can't knock any of the guys that put a massive effort in. I felt good on the bike for a little while now. It's just our starting position hasn't been great. Alton Park, we're back on road 2 and 3, and here again the same after qualifying. So it's made it a little bit tricky to get away with the front guys. My pace has always been strong. I just haven't been able to get away with them. The first race today, the sprint race, was the first time that I felt like I was properly in the race. I felt like I had speed. I felt good on the bike. But unfortunately we had a little technical, and then the guys put in a big shift and changed the engine, basically a brand new bike for the race, and to go out and win is incredible. So third manufacturer I've won with now, so that's a bit of a tick. Really nice to get up here and win for the team. They haven't won in a couple of years, so hopefully it's the first of many.
And talking of that race, we've obviously just been through it with Tommy, which you were listening to. How much was there a strategy involved in that? Because watching it from the TV, everybody was giving everything they had for most of the race, to be fair. And it came down to those last laps, where it seemed to be that, like Tommy said, you had the opportunity, you took that advantage, and then they were scrapping, which gave you a bit of an advantage. Do you feel that's the case? Yeah,
for sure. I didn't want to be making my move on the last lap because I knew it was going to be a bit scrappy. I knew I had +0 on the board, so I knew there was 4 of us as well, and I didn't want to miss out on the podium. I knew where I was fast on the track. I knew where I could make a clean pass, and I just had to get close enough to do it. We all had strong points on the track, so it was a bit of a yo-yo effect. But I got close enough with a lap to go. When I seen last lap, I just put my head down, just tried to hit every apex, didn't make any mistakes, and I just hoped that the boys behind me were going to have a bit of a tussle for it, which I hope they did. I didn't get attacked on the last lap, so crossing the line to win was amazing feeling. Nice little turnaround. We've had a few ups and downs, not major ups and downs. Just we wanted more than where we've been finishing, and to take a win today is massive thanks to everyone in the team.
Congratulations, Jason.
Cheers, guys. And happy birthday to Nigel as well.